All right, so like I said, page 743 today, and we're down covering theorem 1014 on the bottom of that page. And here's the theorem. If two secants a secant and a tangent or two tangents intersect outside of a circle, then the measure of the angle formed is 1/2 the difference of the intercepted arcs. So down there on the bottom of page 743, those are three really good diagrams for you. All right, so we start off with two secants. And these two secants originate at point A. So we're going through the circle here, through the circle here, and the measure of angle A is equal to 1/2. Let's label these B, C, D, and E. 1/2 of arc DE minus arc BC. Now, the theorem reads one way. What you have to remember is that this angle outside the circle is equal to 1/2 of big arc minus little arc. Because if you don't do big arc minus little arc, you'll get a negative in the parentheses. And then you'll take 1/2 of a negative and you'll have a negative angle measure. And we haven't covered that. We don't have angle measures yet. Okay? So this angle formed is equal to 1/2 of the big arc minus the little arc. So take a look at a secant and a tangent in the next picture there. Here's our circle again. Here's our point of origin outside this circle. Here's a secant. And then here's a tangent. So the measure of this angle A is equal to 1/2 of arc DC minus arc BC. So the angle formed by the secant and the tangent is equal to 1/2 of big arc minus little arc. Always got to go big minus little so that you get a positive value in the parentheses. Real important. All right, and then the final example there is the two tangents. So again, we've got a point of origin outside of a circle. Tangent over the top. Tangent on the bottom. One point of tangency is point B. Another point of tangency is point C. We've got point D out here on the circle. So again, the measure of angle A is equal to 1/2 of big arc, which in this case would be arc BDC, minus little arc, which is arc BC. The angle formed is equal to 1/2 of big arc minus little arc. The rule doesn't change, does it? All right, so turn the page and let's do a couple practice problems. Right off the bat, they're asking you to find the measure of angle L. And here's our circle. Point L is below the circle, and we've got two tangents. Now, look what you're given. You're given this 102-degree angle right here. That's all you're given. Isn't this our little angle? So the measure of L is equal to 1/2 of big arc minus little arc. Well, this is our big arc. What's the sum of our big arc and our little arc? It's 360 because they form a circle. So arc HJK is equal to 360 minus 102. And 360 minus 102, 258. So this arc is 258. So the measure of angle L is equal to 1/2 of 258 minus 102. So that's 1/2 of 156. And that is equal to 78 degrees. So there's your measure of angle L. Everybody good with that? Let's look at that second example there. They're asking you to find the measure of arc CD. Here's our circle. Looks like we have a secant. And then we've got a tangent. Now look, this time we're given the angle measure in here, 56 degrees. We're given the small arc, which is 95 degrees. And we need to find the big arc. All right, so we're going to say that the angle formed, 56, is equal to 1/2 of the big arc. That's what we're trying to find, isn't it? The big arc is CD. Minus the little arc, which is this 95-degree arc right here. Now, the first thing you want to do in this case, when what you're solving for is inside the parentheses, is divide both sides by 1/2. And when you divide 56 by 1/2, it doubles it. So we get 112 equals arc CD minus 95. We're going to add 95 to each side. So 112 plus 95 is equal to 207. And that's equal to arc CD. Angle formed equals 1/2 of big arc minus little arc. Let's do one more of these where we need to find the little arc now. And that's on the very bottom of page 744. Find the value of x. And our point outside the circle now is V. We've got two secants. The points of intersection are Y and Z, and W and X. Angle V is 25 degrees. And arc ZX or XZ is 110. And here's our X. Our X represents arc YZ. So the formula says that the angle formed outside, 25, is equal to 1/2 of the big arc, 110, minus the little arc. And in this case, we're going to use the X. So again, just like that last problem, this 1/2 that's outside the parentheses, we're going to divide both sides by that 1/2. 25 divided by 1/2, 50, right? So 50 equals 110 minus X. Now be careful here, okay? You're going to subtract 110 from each side. 50 minus 110 is negative 60, is equal to, but look, there's a minus sign in front of the X, so the minus X comes down. And now we divide both sides by -1. And positive 60 is equal to X. So there's our X in this case. Any questions? All right, then your practice for today is going to be on page 746. Actually, it's gonna start on page 745. Four through six. And then on page 746, 18 through 23.